spoke about evaluating the opponents.
Yeah.
Looking at England, what do you make of the moment? Gareth Southgate's had a fairly difficult year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that when you really look at it, and you know, it's not always the press's job to look deeply into it, but he wasn't playing his best team, right? I mean, let's just say that. When he has his best team, he performs well with them. They came in fourth in the last World Cup. They came in second in the European Championships. And basically, you know, the depth chart is crazy. I mean, every international manager would want England's squad just because of how deep they are. And you can go in some positions, you can go 5 or 6 deep and be happy with the player in that position.
Right back.
Yeah, I mean, right back. It's scary. I mean, it's unbelievable looking at their right backs. So what I'd say is that I think that was a blip on the radar. I think they're going to be one of the favorites to win the World Cup, if not the favorite. You know, to think about every player besides Bellingham is playing in the Premier League. It's the strongest league in the world. Every week in and week out, you're challenged with top-level competition, and that just makes the players stronger. And I think once it comes to the World Cup, you know, they're going to be a formidable team to beat.
What's that like as a challenge for you to take on?
It's scary. You know, it's scary thinking about, you know, how we're going to beat them. And you know, we'll look at some of the games, look at some of their vulnerabilities, and try to exploit that. And for us, you know, it's looking at the group as an entirety, not just focusing on England, because we know that's one of the games that makes up 33% of the games we have in the opening round. And our goal is to finish in the top 2 and move on.
And just very quickly, you spoke about looking at your players and evaluating them.
Yeah.
Have you got any concerns about the amount of time Christian's going to get at Chelsea this season?
He's a fighter. You're going to see he's going to get on the field. I mean, every year, you know, he may not be a starter, right? Every year you hear that, and every year he ends up on the field because of his contribution. He's a goal scorer. He's a winner. What I've seen from him in the last couple of years is his mentality has completely shifted, and he embraces stuff like this. He's not scared of challenges like this, and I'm excited to see how he performs this year. Yeah, you know, what I would say is I don't know if the expectations have always been in line with the quality of the squad. So back in 2010, realistically, I didn't think they had the squad that can win the World Cup, right? But now it's different, right? Now I think we all agree they have a squad that can win the World Cup. And Gareth, in my opinion, has done a great job of helping the players cope with that pressure. And actually, you know, using the jersey as a cape rather than a straitjacket. And really giving them the freedom to play on the field, giving them the idea that they can represent their country in a positive way and make the country proud.
What's the expectation you have your players? It does seem like the USA.
So what I would say is we're looking at this in 2 distinct tournaments. That it's not one World Cup, it's basically 2 World Cups for us. The first World Cup is made up of 4 teams, and the top 2 teams advance. And when you get through that, you earn the right to play in the knockout phase. And what I know about our group is if we can get to the knockout phase, we believe we have a team that on any given day can beat anyone in the world. And then you just take it one game at a time. You try to give your best performance in that knockout phase that you can keep moving on. And, you know, one thing I like to say is you don't have to be the best team in the world to win the World Cup. You just have to be better than your opponent on that given day. Yeah, I don't know if an advantage, right? But it certainly helps your team. Like them playing against the English players week in and week out, and the Welsh players week in and week out. I think it helps your team with exactly what you're saying, with that insight and with that idea that they're familiar with the players. When you think about Christian, you know, his teammates with a bunch of the players. You know, Zach was last year. So the familiarity really helps. I think it helps with the intimidation factor. When I was in Columbus, I marveled at how much MLS has improved when I was a player in the league in 2011 to when I took over in 2014 as a coach, how much has changed. And now that I'm looking about it from, I was out of the league in 2018, and now I look at MLS, and it's still growing. And, to have 28 teams in the league now, or 29 teams in the league, and just continue to grow, continue to push, to me is amazing. And not only the facilities, not only the academies, but the quality of players that we're bringing into the league has really been exciting to watch. And I think that with some more efforts, we're going to get into even a better place where we can start trying to stake our claim as one of the top leagues in the world. Yeah. Yeah, we played Wales in 2021, was it? Was it fall of 2020? I think fall of 2020 we played them. Yeah. And they were a good team. Very hard team to score on. Physical team, a lot of Premier League players, some real high quality in the attack, quality defenders. I think it's a strong team. And I'm interested to see how first of all we interact with Wales when we play them, but also how Wales interacts with the other teams in the group, particularly England, how they, there's a fierce rivalry there. So it's going to be an exciting group. You don't often get 3 native English-speaking teams in the same group. So it's going to be exciting for everyone. Follow up. Yeah, the coach actually went to North Carolina, right? We should say that, right? She's a Tar Heel. So I think that's the first important thing to mention. But then secondly, watching that wave, watching what happened was just made me think of our 99 team, right? Hosting the World Cup and captivating the nation and then winning. And, I'm sure that it's going to inspire the nation to get behind the team even more for the World Cup, and hopefully the men will do something similar. I remember when we were fresh off the heels of the women winning in '99 was when we went on our run in 2002. And it really, I think, gave us this motivation to say, okay, we want to make the nation proud as well. We want to push as well. And, it was really exciting. And watching the women do that and watching the women win was great.